Today, we're exploring an upgrade that's more than just a perk. It's an investment in your AR-15's performance and your shooting enjoyment. And what is it? It's the Apex Trigger from my friends over at Elftman Tactical. Let's dive into why this might be the best value move you'll ever make for your rifle. The Apex isn't just any trigger. It's a comprehensive upgrade for any AR platform. It's designed for the discerning shooter who knows the true value of quality. Now, the Apex has an adjustable pull weight between 2 3/4 pounds all the way up to 7 pounds. And it has a patented double torsion hammer spring. This trigger offers unparalleled control and customization for your shooting needs. Even if you're not a competition shooter, wouldn't you like to have faster follow-up shots? The Apex makes this possible with its short pull and adjustable over travel. And it's made from lightweight aircraft-grade aluminum and hardened steel. It promises durability without the extra weight. Plus, its unique 2-disc connector design prevents double firing, ensuring that your rifle performs reliably every time. Now, you get a few things in the package. You get a couple of Allen wrenches for installation and for adjustments. You also get this plate, which covers up the oval trigger hole that's in your existing receiver, therefore giving you a better install option for the Apex. And of course, you have the trigger and the trigger shoe. Now, this one's a straight trigger shoe. They also have a curved one, and they have it in different colors as well. They also give you an extra spring, so that way you have everything you need to perform maintenance in the near future. Other than installing the blanking plate and the shoe, it installs just like every other drop-in trigger. Let's get this into my 308 and see how this compares to the stock trigger. When you get your trigger, the 2 set screws will be protruding through the bottom. You'll just need to back those things off. Then after the trigger's installed, you can screw them down so that way you get the perfect fit. If you've installed triggers in ARs before, this really isn't that much different than any other process, especially if you've worked with drop-in triggers before. The only difference is you have the plate and the shoe that you'll put onto the trigger. Other than that, everything else is really the same. Now that we got the trigger installed, let's see what the pull weight is. Now, as you can see, we're coming in at just under 4 pounds. Now, I threw the old trigger into my Strike Industries jig, and you can see that we're coming in just under 7 pounds. So just installing the trigger into the gun, I've cut my pull weight in half. And I haven't even begun adjusting things yet. So if you're trying to remember which way to turn on the screw, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Turn it to the right, get more weight. Turn it to the left, you're taking weight off. I've been talking about this trigger for 3 minutes now. It's time to get this thing out to the range. So range testing went okay. I had some mixed results. I started off with some Bernal 145 grain 308 ammo. Now, this is really cheap and dirty ammo. I like to use it for testing because usually it'll find a problem with a product. I've found that the Apex trigger set at 3 pounds had a hard time setting some of these rounds off. Now, at the range, I changed the trigger pull to the full 7 pounds, and the Bernal ammo was having no problems. I even picked up the ammo that was not going off when it was at 3 pounds, and it was suddenly going off. So I opened up my rifle and set the trigger back to 3 pounds and decided to retest with different ammo. Now, with the trigger set back to 3 pounds, I retested with ammo incorporated 150 grain bullets. And I had no problems with these going off. Now, I also tested with some Winchester 150 grain ammo as well, and these were having no problems going off at 3 pounds. Now, I know the Bernal is really cheap ammo, and it looks like this was just an ammo problem. So in all, I put about 250 rounds through this rifle with this trigger, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed. It has a smooth, constant trigger pull and is probably the most adjustable trigger that I've come across in an AR. And it has just a little bit of trigger take-up that is completely adjustable. This will definitely take your AR to a new level, and adjusting the trigger is just as simple as taking a regular screwdriver and either tightening or loosening it. Now, one of the problems we have with loose triggers is skipping or double firing. With the 2 disconnectors, they solve that with the Apex. And as you'll see, I can hit the first disconnector. There's the reset. And the trigger goes off again with the next pull. This really ensures that we don't double fire the trigger. You would think this would act a lot like a two-stage trigger, but it really doesn't. It's more like a one-stage trigger. It just has two disconnectors. And the other thing with this shoe is that you can slide it up and down on the trigger, so that way you get that shoe exactly where you want. And the texturing on the trigger is really nice. It gives you a good solid feel, and your finger doesn't slide up and down on the trigger like a typical flat-face trigger. This is the best AR trigger that I've run so far. If you're watching on YouTube, click that video right there. That video is about how to disassemble your AR lower. For everybody else, there's a link down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you're staying safe out there. Look forward to seeing you again soon.